Good afternoon. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to afternoon news source only here at Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. The Commission on Elections is stepping up preparations for the BARM parliamentary polls, the Cavite special election, and the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. Baguio City has asked the Department of Trade and Industry to investigate why construction materials remain expensive despite lower fuel prices. House Prosecutor Joel Chua says the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte could determine whether Mary Grace Piatos is a real person. No injuries reported after a ceiling panel collapsed inside the Bicol International Airport Terminal, according to the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. More than 10,000 hectares in Leyte have been identified as possible release sites for the critically endangered Philippine eagle. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has ordered the Transport Department to resolve right-of-way issues delaying the LRT-1 Cavite extension. Troy Rosario will make his debut in an official FIBA tournament after being named in the Gilas Pilipinas lineup for the World Cup Asian qualifiers. Kim Chiu has faced criticism online over a joke involving Riza May Dizon on It's Showtime. Today is 26th of June, Friday, and I'm Chynna Basillaje bringing you today's top stories. Let's get started. The Commission on Election is stepping up preparations for three major elections this year: the BARMM parliamentary polls, the Cavite 4th District and Special Election, and the synchronized Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. COMELEC Chairman George Garcia said coordination with the police and other agencies is underway to ensure peaceful and credible elections. The poll body has set the Cavite special election on August 29, while the BARM and BSKE polls are scheduled for September and November respectively. Garcia also said interagency cooperation remains key to maintaining security and orderly voting. The Baguio City government has asked the Department of Trade and Industry to investigate why construction materials remain expensive despite recent fuel price rollbacks. City officials said high prices continue to delay infrastructure projects and increase costs for homeowners and contractors. The city is also asking the DTI to inspect suppliers for possible overpricing, hoarding, or profiteering. Authorities hope the review will help ensure fair pricing and protect consumers. And House Prosecutor Representative Joel Chua said the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte could determine whether Mary Grace Piatos is a real person or a fictitious identity linked to the confidential funds. Chua said the prosecution will question any witness presented under the name to verify their identity. He also noted that around 4,000 acknowledgement receipts tied to confidential funds may be examined during the proceedings. Prosecutors believe the vice president's tax records could also strengthen their case on alleged unexplained wealth. Meanwhile, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines said no one was injured after a ceiling panel detached and fell inside the Bicol International Airport Terminal. Airport personnel immediately secured the area and restricted access as a precaution. Engineering teams are conducting structural assessments before repairs begin. CAAP apologized for the incident and assured the public that measures are being taken to prevent a recurrence. And more than 10,000 hectares in Leyte have been identified as potential release sites for the critically endangered Philippine eagle. The Philippine Eagle Foundation said the areas were selected through scientific mapping based on habitat suitability and safety. The initiative supports the ongoing reintroduction program, which aims to establish 6 breeding pairs in Leyte. Conservationists said that the findings will help improve the species' chances of survival in the wild. And President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has directed the Department of Transportation to resolve the right-of-way issues delaying the LRT-1 Cavite extension project. Malacanang said the president wants the long-delayed project completed as soon as possible for the benefit of commuters. The palace urged all stakeholders to cooperate and avoid further setbacks. Once completed, the extension is expected to significantly reduce travel time between Metro Manila and Cavite. And the Philippine shares closed lower with the benchmark PSEI falling 39.34 points or 0.65% to 6,031.72 as investors booked profits amid weakness in key sectors. The broader all shares index also declined 14.42 points or 0.43% to 3,316.67. The services sector led the losses, dropping 2.11% to 3,137.96, while the mining and oil index fell 1.63% to 14,530.91 amid continued selling pressure. Industrial shares also slipped 0.38% and the property index edged down 0.23%, contributing to the market's overall decline. Bucking the broader trend, the financials index rose 0.78% to 1,861.79, posting the strongest gain among major sectors, while holding firms added 0.24% to 4,363.48, supported by selective buying in blue-chip stocks. And in sports, Troy Rosario will make his debut in an official FIBA tournament after earning a place in the Gilas Pilipinas lineup for the 2027 FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. The Barangay Ginebra forward was previously part of the national team's practice pool before finally making the final 12. Rosario said the selection is a reward for his hard work and an opportunity to help the country bounce back from its recent losses. Gilas will face New Zealand and Australia in the third qualifying window. And in showbiz, actress and television host Kim Chu has drawn criticism online over a joke involving Riza May Dizon during a recent episode of It's Showtime. The remark prompted backlash from netizens, with many calling it insensitive and inappropriate. Several viewers said the joke unfairly targeted Dizon and should not have been aired on national television. Chu has yet to issue a public statement on the controversy. And mga katribo, did you know Filipino boxer and Olympic medalist Roel Velasco was born on this day, June 26? Roel Velasco made history after winning a bronze medal in the light flyweight division at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, becoming one of the first Filipino boxers to earn an Olympic medal. He also captured gold medals at the 1994 Hiroshima Asian Games and the 1997 Southeast Asian Games, cementing his place among the country's boxing greats. And viral on Instagram is reel posted by Kirk Bawa with over 1.8 million views and 22,000 reposts. The clip features a common scenario of a student with only 2 hours of sleep. Curious mga katribu, let's watch this. That's all for now. Join us again at 4:30 p.m. still here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Once again, I'm Chynna Basillaje, and this has been Tribune News on Q.